Hello, everyone. Today, we're launching a podcast to help you improve your English while diving into the world of entrepreneurship. Let's get started and learn together. Welcome to Entrepreneurship Insights, the podcast where we explore the exciting world of starting and running your own business. I'm Emily.
And I'm Alex. Today, we're diving into what it takes to be an entrepreneur, sharing some personal stories, tips, and answering some of your burning questions about the entrepreneurial journey.
Absolutely, Alex. Entrepreneurship can be incredibly rewarding, but it's not without its challenges. Let's kick things off by sharing a bit about our own experiences. Alex, why don't you start?
Sure. So, I started my first business right out of college. It was a small tech startup focusing on developing mobile apps. We had a lot of passion, but not much experience, so the learning curve was steep. One of the biggest lessons I learned early on was the importance of having a solid business plan. How about you, Emily?
I come from a background in marketing, and I launched my own digital marketing agency about 3 years ago. One thing that really stood out to me was how crucial it is to understand your target market. I spent a lot of time researching and engaging with potential customers before even launching, which helped me tailor my services to meet their needs effectively.
That's a great point. Understanding your market can make or break your business. Let's talk a bit about the initial steps someone should take if they're thinking about starting their own venture. What's the first thing you would recommend?
I would say start with a thorough market research. Understand who your potential customers are, what problems they face, and how your product or service can solve those problems. It's also important to check out your competition. Know who they are, what they offer, and what differentiates your business from theirs.
Absolutely. Once you have that understanding, the next step is to create a business plan. It doesn't have to be overly complicated, but it should outline your business goals, strategies for achieving them, and how you plan to finance your startup. Having a clear plan can also help when you're seeking investors or loans.
Speaking of financing, let's touch on funding options. Many new entrepreneurs struggle with this part. What are some common ways to fund a startup?
There are several options. You can bootstrap, which means using your own savings to start the business. This gives you full control but can be risky if things don't go as planned. Another option is seeking out investors, like venture capitalists or angel investors, who can provide the necessary funds in exchange for equity in your company. Crowdfunding has also become popular, where you raise small amounts of money from a large number of people, typically via online platforms.
Great insights, Alex. Another crucial aspect of entrepreneurship is building a strong team. No one can do it all alone, and having the right people around you can make a huge difference. What qualities do you look for when building a team?
I look for people who are not only skilled, but also passionate about the business and its goals. It's important that team members are adaptable and willing to learn because startups often involve a lot of trial and error. Good communication skills are also essential, as is a strong work ethic.
Definitely. And let's not forget about the importance of networking. Building a network of mentors, advisors, and peers can provide invaluable support and guidance. Attend industry events, join professional groups, and don't be afraid to reach out to people whose work you admire.
That's so true. Networking has opened many doors for me, from finding business partners to gaining new clients. Before we wrap up, let's take a couple of questions from our listeners. The first question is from Sarah, who asks, "What are some common mistakes new entrepreneurs make, and how can I avoid them?"
Great question, Sarah. One common mistake is not validating your business idea before launching. Make sure there is a market need for your product or service. Another mistake is underestimating the time and resources needed to get the business off the ground. It's important to have realistic expectations and a buffer for unexpected expenses.
I'd add that neglecting marketing and sales is another big mistake. Even if you have the best product, if people don't know about it, it won't sell. Invest in marketing efforts early on and continuously seek feedback from customers to improve your offerings.
Excellent advice. Our second question is from Jason, who asks, How do you stay motivated during tough times?
That's a tough one, Jason. For me, staying connected to the mission and vision of my business helps. Reminding myself why I started and the impact I want to make keeps me going. Also, having a support system of family, friends, and fellow entrepreneurs can provide encouragement and advice when things get tough.
I agree. It's also important to celebrate small victories along the way. Well, that's all the time we have for today. Thanks for joining us on Entrepreneurship Insights.
Absolutely. And don't forget to subscribe to our podcast and leave a review. It really helps us out. Until next time, keep innovating and stay motivated.